Live from Fox 35 News, you're watching Good Day Orlando.
9:42, welcome back everybody. All right, check this out. Do you ever wonder how your phone is able to automatically pull up directions to work when you get in the car or when you leave for the day? Do you wonder how your phone knows that you're heading home? Well, it turns out your iPhone is quietly tracking you. Joining us now to explain why and how you can turn it off is Tom Jelneck, tech expert and president and CEO of On Target Media. Tom, good morning. It's good to see you this morning.
Hey, how are you?
I have often wondered exactly what we're going to be talking about today. I'm like, how do you know I'm going home? How do you know I'm going to the store? Why are iPhones being tracked?
So it's for convenience, Danielle, more than anything. And, if you turned it off, you wouldn't be able to track your kids all over town either.
Yeah, well, we don't want to turn it off for that reason, of course. But
Right.
When they get that information, right, what does Apple use it for?
So Apple says that it keeps it closed and keeps it, all up close and personal between us and them. But they also use it for their Apple Maps to kind of maybe even show you things that are close to you. But there are other ones too that do cause me concern, and it's the other apps that you add to your phone that do access your location.
And so what are some of those other apps and why are they more serious than the iPhone track?
Well, for example, I have one for a major shopping center off of Redbug Road. And why do they have to track me, right? So if you download a shopping app, what do they need with my info?
I think that's a good point. And also the other part of it too is that sometimes, I'll be online and I'm shopping for something and then I'm on my laptop, Tom, and
Right.
all of a sudden my phone knows I've just shopped for that because they're sending me ad after ad after ad after ad about that very same thing. How can you turn some of these things off?
So you can indeed turn it off. They don't make it easy, but in the Apple you can go to settings and find find my location and disable that. But I will tell you this, Danielle, it's going to keep nagging you every single time you go somewhere to say, hey, if you turn this on, we're going to make your life a lot easier. So they're really going to strive to make you keep that on. It's the other apps, like I said before, that actually concern me more, like Google Maps, for example, even Facebook. Like all of them can get access to your location based on your phone settings. So you can disable those individually.
You can disable those individually, but it's so much work because we have so many apps on our phone, right? And we certainly want to keep track of our kids, so we don't necessarily want to turn that off. But what about turning off your tracking if you're on social media, your social media accounts, for example?
So, you could certainly turn those off as well and disable that. So anytime you download an app to your phone, it's going to ask you, hey, is it okay if I access your location? So you've got to be really attentive to this and turn it off, or don't even download that app. And I know that's easier said than done.
I want to ask you real quick before I let you go. Are these the things, Tom, that we just have to give up in the sake of convenience?
Danielle, 100%. And I get asked that all the time. Listen, your cell phone knows where you are anyway, based on cell towers and all that. So, if it's not your cell phone, if it's not Apple, if it's not Google, someone else is still tracking you, knows exactly where you are, and actually sells some of that data to other parties. So, honestly, this is, unfortunately, the price we pay for these toys.
All right, I'll keep looking behind my back then and making sure.
There you go.
Tom Jelneck, I appreciate you as always. Thanks so much for sharing that with us.
Hey, great to see you.
Great to see you as well. All right, Amy, we can't turn it off.
No, unfortunately. It's just the sign of the times, isn't it?